Your horse already knows what kind of rider they've got the moment you sit down. Make sure you're giving them a pilot, not a passenger. Here's a question nobody wants to answer honestly. When was the last time you were actually present in your lesson? Not physically in the saddle, I mean mentally in it. Eyes sharp, body engaged, thinking 2 strides ahead. Because I see it all the time, and I've lived it. You show up, you get on, you go through the motions, and then you wonder why you're not improving. You start blaming the horse, you start thinking you need more time in the saddle, a different trainer, a different arena. But here's the truth. You can ride 7 days a week and still be a passenger. And today, we're going to fix that. I want to be real with you for a second, because this channel is built on honesty. There was a period where I was riding intermittently. Life was full, lessons weren't daily, sometimes not even weekly. And I had a choice to make every single time I got on. Do I treat this lesson like a breather, just a little escape from the chaos of the week? Or do I treat it like the one opportunity I have to move the needle? When I started approaching every ride like it was the only one I was getting that week, because sometimes it was, everything changed. Not because I suddenly had more talent, but because I stopped being passive. And that's what this video is about. The blueprint I used and the one I want to pass on to you. When you're time crunched as a rider, you tend to go one of 2 ways. Road 1. You show up physically, but your head is still in the parking lot. You're thinking about work, the kids, your to-do list. You're surviving the lesson. You're reacting instead of leading. The horse feels it. Trust me, they always feel it. And there's nothing wrong with loving being at the barn. But when your lesson becomes a place to zone out instead of tune in, you stop training. You're just sitting on a horse. Both roads lead to the same place, the plateau. You're not progressing. And the frustrating part is, you don't even know why. Because you're showing up. Showing up is the floor, not the ceiling. So, how do we fix it? We start before you even touch the reins. You finish tacking up. You grab your water, you grab your helmet, you do your gear check, and right there, in that small window before you mount, you have a tool that will completely change how you ride. It takes 3 minutes. All it needs is a small journal in your gear bag. Before every single ride, sit down and write out 3 things you want to focus on in the session. Not a paragraph, not a training plan. 3 things. Short enough that you can hold them in your head once you're in the saddle. And here's the important part. You're not just pulling those 3 things out of thin air. You're thinking about your partner today. Is this a horse you know well, or one you're still learning? You're thinking about the arena conditions. Is it a busy lesson, a quick hack, an indoor limited space? Let all of that inform what your best focus is for today. Not a generic wish list, but 3 things that actually make sense for the next 45 minutes. Example, canter trot transitions. Core engaged, hands last. Eyes up, out of the jump. See how short those are? That's intentional. If you can get each focus down to 2 or 3 words, even better. Canter trot transitions. Core, hands last. Eyes up, jump. Short enough to flash through your mind mid-ride without breaking your concentration. Now, here's the mindset shift around this habit, and it matters. The goal isn't to execute any one of those 3 things perfectly. That's not the success metric. The metric is simply, did I engage with it? Did I actually think about my core, or did I forget it existed for 40 minutes? The process is the win. And I want to give you a bonus reason to do this. This habit actively improves your memory and your muscle memory. When you write something down, you prime your brain to notice it. You will catch yourself in the moment far more often than riders who just get on and hope for the best. This isn't complicated. An affordable notebook, 3 lines, 3 minutes. It is one of the simplest habits you can build, and one of the highest return ones. Your instructor will feel the difference before you even say a word. Once you're in the saddle, your job is to stay in a constant conversation with your horse, not reacting, conversing. You're offering, adjusting, listening for feedback in every stride. Active riding means your brain is always one step ahead of your body. You're not waiting for the instructor to tell you you're falling in on the circle. You've already felt it, and you're already correcting. Those micro adjustments, that's not talent, that's attention. And attention is a skill you can train. Now, here's the part most people skip. What you do between lessons matters just as much as what you do in them. If you're not riding every day, or even if you are, use the time off the horse to become a student of the why. Your transitions are breaking down. Don't just wait for the next Thursday. Go watch a video. Read about how the hind end engages. Watch yourself on your own lesson footage if you have it. Get specific. I want to get better at riding is not a goal. I want to understand why my horse is late in the canter depart and what my position is doing to cause it. That's something you can actually work with. When you walk into your next lesson with that kind of specificity, your instructor can actually coach you instead of spending the whole session diagnosing what you already could have identified. That's how you make one lesson do the work of 3. So let's bring it home. Progress doesn't live in how many hours you log. It lives in the quality of your attention in every single ride. Your horse already knows what kind of rider they've got the moment you sit down. Make sure you're giving them a pilot, not a passenger. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below. I want to know, which road have you been on? And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. I'll see you in the next one.